Today marks the beginning of a one-of-a-kind trip that will take us through the ages. Have you ever thought about what you could get for $100 in ancient Rome? No need to be perplexed any longer. In this video, we are going to go on a virtual shopping spree to discover the luxurious, useful, and even bizarre products that were available for purchase throughout the time of the Roman Republic and Empire. Prepare yourself for a shopping experience unlike any other, one that will include everything from the most expensive luxuries to the most basic necessities. We hope you like this edition of What Would You Buy in Ancient Rome for $100? Let's travel back in time together. Let's have a conversation about money first before we embark on our shopping expedition. The denarius, a coin made of silver, served as the fundamental unit of currency in ancient Rome. To put things into perspective, $100 in American currency would be about similar to 100 denarii in Roman currency. Denarii were used for day-to-day transactions, and their value changed according to the era in which they were minted as well as the state of the economy at the time. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about what you could acquire with that amount. Let's have a conversation about money first before we embark on our shopping expedition. The denarius, a coin made of silver, served as the fundamental unit of currency in ancient Rome. To put things into perspective, $100 in American currency would be about similar to 100 denarii in Roman currency. The denarius was the primary unit of currency in Roman commerce. Nonetheless, it was significant not only from an economic standpoint, but also from a cultural and historical perspective. Let's go into more detail about the importance of the denarius as well as its worth. The Roman denarius served as a symbol of Roman identity and authority in addition to its use as a medium of exchange. On the coin's front, you might typically find a profile of the currently ruling emperor, and on the reverse, you could find a variety of symbols and allegorical images that lauded Rome's power and splendor. The Roman denarius was the primary unit of currency used throughout the enormous territory controlled by the Roman Empire. It was widely recognized from the very center of Rome to the most remote parts of the empire, which helped to build economic unification. The worth of one denarius might go up or down based on the state of the economy, the actions of the government, and the amount of silver that was available. On the other hand, it was universally acknowledged as a reliable money that Romans could use to purchase goods and services with. In Roman society, one's ability to amass denarii was an indication of their riches and respect. The more denarii you owned, the higher your social rank would be, as well as the greater influence you would have in the community. In addition, payments of taxes and tribute to the Roman state were made using the denarius. It was a sort of contribution that assisted in the financing of the huge infrastructure, as well as the military of the empire. The denarius was more than simply a piece of cash. It was also a blank canvas on which artists could express themselves. The patterns and inscriptions that were used on denarii were frequently used to communicate significant political statements and recognize Roman achievements. In its most basic form, the denarius was not only a currency, rather it was a representation of Rome's might, its cultural wealth, and its economic stability. Now that we have that out of the way, let's have a look at what 100 denarii might get you in ancient Rome. For the sake of providing some perspective, we will convert current prices into denarii based on the relative value of different goods and services throughout that time period. You would not have too much trouble meeting your day-to-day requirements. You could get a jug of wine for somewhere between 2 and 3 denarii, while a loaf of bread may set you back approximately 1 denarius. It would cost you around 10 to 20 denarii to purchase a tunic or toga that was well made. These are crucial clothing in Roman costume. Let's begin by indulging in some high-end retail therapy, shall we? In ancient Rome, jewelry was considered to be a status symbol as well as a sign of riches. Those who could afford it could purchase beautiful pieces of jewelry. Gold bracelet. For somewhere between 10 and 20 denarii, you could get your hands on a gorgeous gold bracelet that was embellished with elaborate motifs and gemstones. Earrings made of silver. The cost of a pair of sophisticated earrings made of silver and featuring etched patterns might range anywhere from 5 to 10 denarii. Amber necklace. If you were looking for something that was truly one of a kind, you could get an amber necklace, which was regarded as a priceless stone in ancient Rome, for between 30 to 50 denarii. The purpose of jewelry was not simply for ornamentation. Rather, it was a declaration of richness and taste. Now that we've covered one form of indulgence, let's move on to something completely different: food. The lavish feasts and delicious treats that were served during Roman banquets have gone down in history. Exotic spices. You might acquire a selection of exotic spices like cinnamon, black pepper, and saffron for your culinary masterpieces for 10 to 15 denarii. These spices would help to elevate the flavor of your dishes. Wine of the highest quality. 1 or 2 bottles of the best Roman wine could be purchased for approximately 20 to 30 denarii. The Romans had a profound respect for wine and considered it an indispensable component of the meal they were about to consume. Fresh seafood. In ancient Rome, seafood was considered a delicacy, and for the price of 15 to 25 denarii, one might enjoy a lavish seafood platter that included oysters, mussels, and a variety of fish. The Roman feasts were a smorgasbord for the senses, and for $100 you could have had a dining experience that will live long in your memory. Okay, now let's talk about style. The ancient Romans had a sophisticated sense of fashion, and the way they dressed was a significant indicator of both their identity and their position in society. Toga picta. For about 30 to 40 denarii, you can purchase a sumptuous toga picta that is embellished with ornate needlework and vibrant colors. This toga is known as the picta. The Roman upper classes were particularly fond of silk, and if you were willing to spend between 20 and 30 denarii on each one, you could purchase a pair of superbly made silk tunics. Sandals made of leather. To round off your look, invest in a pair of leather sandals made to a high standard for anywhere between 5 and 10 denarii. In ancient Rome, fashion was not only about looking nice, it was also a representation of one's social rank as well as their taste. What would you do if you wanted to decorate your house with a piece of ancient Roman architecture? You too have that option available to you, model of a tiny villa. For roughly 30 to 50 denarii, you could get a tiny model of a Roman villa that was exquisitely constructed and featured all of the complex elements and columns that were found in the original. Mosaic art. For a cost of between 10 and 20 denarii, you may adorn your home with a breathtaking piece of mosaic art. Roman art was frequently expressed through the use of mosaics as a medium. You will be able to provide your living space a dash of Roman opulence and refinement if you make use of the goods in this category. Now, let's not overlook the more pragmatic side of things, shall we? In ancient Rome, $100 could buy you a variety of day-to-day necessities as well as some modern conveniences. Roman oil lamp. For about 5 to 10 denarii, you may have an exquisite Roman oil lamp that will look great in your home and provide light. Tools for writing. If you were interested in learning, you might spend anywhere from 15 to 20 denarii on writing equipment such as papyrus scrolls, ink, and styluses. Cookware. If you want to give your kitchen a facelift, invest in some high-quality cookware like copper pots and pans for about 20 to 30 denarii each. These useful objects would have enhanced the level of comfort and pleasure experienced by ancient Romans while going about their daily lives. Last but not least, let's discuss an unforgettable activity that was available to you when you visited ancient Rome: a gladiator show. VIP tickets to a gladiator event could be purchased for a price ranging from 20 to 40 denarii. These tickets would provide the holder access to the best seats in the arena as well as the most exciting battles. Don't forget to pick up some mementos with a gladiator theme, such as small weapons or figures at a price ranging from 5 to 10 denarii each. Your $100 would have bought you a seat in the shouting audience at the gladiator exhibition, which would have been an event you would never forget. And with that, we come to the end of this intriguing look into the world of ancient Roman shopping with $100. Ancient Rome provided its citizens with a wide variety of goods and entertainment options, ranging from luxurious jewelry to sumptuous feasts, from useful items to thrilling shows. It serves as a reminder that the aspirations and indulgences of humanity have persisted throughout time, and that many of the things that we respect and appreciate in the present day have their origins in times gone by. I hope you've loved this trip back in time as much as I've enjoyed taking you on a shopping spree across ancient Rome through this virtual tour. If you found that to be the case, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for other fascinating historical investigations. Our goal is to unearth the history's hidden gems and fascinating stories while we're here. As we part ways until the next time, remember to keep your sense of wonder and your curiosity alive. We appreciate you taking the time to be here with us today. We'll see you in the future video.